What's up guys, my name is Amanpreet Singh and I am a firm believer that rules were meant to be broken. But when it comes to your breath, there are some rules that should never be broken. Having nice breath is so overlooked. Imagine going to a job interview and your breath is the reason the person sitting across from you is wearing a mask. So today I'm going to give you 7 rules for your breath that should never be broken. Rule number 1. Always keep gum in your car. If you're always busy or always late like I am, you need something on the go that can freshen your breath. Guys, this is a must-have. This is not one of those like optional things. Chewing gum will give an immediate minty flavor to your mouth. Not only that, chewing gum will cause your mouth to produce more saliva. Now your saliva is very important to your mouth and it can definitely freshen your breath. Saliva can wash away food particles and bacteria that are building up in your mouth. And if these are not cleaned away, it'll definitely make your breath stinky. Rule number 2, you have to have mouthwash on deck. Specifically a mouthwash that'll kill germs. So look for a mouthwash that has some anti-plaque or antibacterial properties. Again, keep this in your car and keep it on the go. I don't care if you look like a weirdo, you're not having bad breath. Rule number 3, you have to floss. Not sometimes, not once a week, always floss at least once a day. Does flossing your teeth prevent bad breath? Yes. If you don't floss, you miss cleaning about 40% of your tooth structure. That's 40% of your tooth that you're leaving leftover plaque, leftover food particles, and other junk behind. And if you don't clean that away, your mouth is bound to smell bad. The 4th rule you have to follow is you have to clean your tongue. This one is an absolute must. You cannot, for any reason, skip this one. Cleaning your tongue may be the most important thing on this list. The reason is your mouth has a lot of bacteria in it. Some of these bacteria release these sulfur compounds. These sulfur compounds smell really, really bad. And a lot of these bacteria are found on your tongue. And your tongue is a very common spot to miss when you're cleaning your teeth. And that's probably because it's not a tooth. You have to clean your tongue. This is probably the #1 way to improve bad breath. The 5th rule you have to follow is you have to understand your diet. This one is huge. Certain foods like garlic and onions, to name a couple, can really cause some bad breath. They do this by getting into your bloodstream. You probably notice that when you eat garlic and onions, your breath smells for hours afterwards. And the reason is these foods get into your bloodstream, and from your bloodstream, they get into your lungs. So after you eat these foods, your breath is gonna smell pretty bad because it's still being released from your lungs, even though it's no longer in your mouth. So if you're going on a date soon, or you're planning on asking out your crush, it's probably best to avoid these foods for at least a few hours beforehand. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't be eating anything. If you don't eat anything, your mouth is still gonna smell bad. And the reason is when you don't eat, your mouth doesn't produce saliva. And this brings us to rule number 6, is you cannot have a dry mouth. Having a dry mouth means you don't have saliva in your mouth, and this means that you're not cleaning away the leftover bacteria and food on your teeth. And this is going to cause your mouth to smell. Another reason you have dry mouth is you're not breathing through your nose. If that's you when you're sleeping, just a side note, I would recommend getting a sleep study. 20 to 70% of people who snore have sleep apnea. I know that's a really big range, but I'm guessing it's gonna be on the higher end of that because so many people snore but just don't get tested. But anyway, breathing through your mouth is bad and it will definitely dry up your mouth and make your mouth more stinky. Dude, you stink! Did you even brush your teeth today? Rule number 7 you have to follow is you have to clean your dental appliances. So you're doing all the right things. You just brushed, you just flossed, and now it's time to put your retainer in. If you're scared to smell your retainers before you put them in, it's probably a good idea to clean them. The way I clean my retainers is I just get a second toothbrush and I clean them with hand soap and water. You can also ask your dentist if they can clean your retainers for you at your next visit, but at least use soap and water every time you wear your retainers. I mean, think about it. You're cleaning your teeth, you're cleaning your tongue, you're doing all the right things, but you're just putting something nasty over your teeth again, and your mouth is gonna smell bad again. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked that video. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.